Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for August 2019. This is your general tarot reading, and it can apply to Scorpio sun, moon, and rising signs as well if you have a Scorpio, if you have Venus in Scorpio. I am asking for the general energy, so it may not apply to you, and if the message does not fit, don't try to make it fit. Cast it out and find another message. The energy that I've been feeling while shuffling your cards has been very motivating energy for me. And it reminds me of the Magician. It feels like you're being called to do something this month, or perhaps you're being pushed forward in a particular direction. Okay, Scorpio, your first card is the Death card. Your second card is the Magician in reverse. After that, you have the Seven of Swords. You have the Tower in reverse as your middle energy for the month. Beneath that, you have the Hierophant in reverse. You have Justice. And you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So as you can see, the majority of these cards are major arcana. And underneath the deck, you have the Fool. You have the Fool. Underneath that, you have Strength in reverse, and underneath that, you have the Hermit. So you're being called to do something, it seems, in the grand scheme of your life. Make large changes to your life. There's definitely major events playing out here because we have so much major arcana. Perhaps in the past you were feeling like you had to make choices, like you were feeling alone, or like your strength was not there for you. But now you have the Fool, so now you're ready to go out and do something. The universe is giving you the Go card. Now you have Death in the upright. This is Death of the Old, I believe. And the Death and the Fool card together is a very good combination to have, in my perspective. Now, I was feeling the Magician's energy before. I was feeling the Magician's energy, however, in the upright. And so here, it's showing itself in the reverse. So we'll have to discover what that entails for you with some clarifiers. Now you have the Seven of Swords. So perhaps something is being shady, the wool is being pulled over your eyes. Perhaps someone is trying to get away with something this month. With the Tower in reverse, this can be you throwing your hands up and leaving a situation. This can be you sensing that you have a choice between a Tower moment and leaving a situation. This can also you attempting to avoid a Tower situation. Now we have Justice in the bottom, and Justice is surrounded by two other entities, both in red. Now both of these entities are in the upside down. We have the Six of Pentacles. All three of these cards are representing authority figures. So either you are dealing with an authority figure or you're surrounded by them. We have Six of Pentacles in the bottom. This is reversed. On the other side of the Justice card, we have the Hierophant. In the reverse as well. Now, from my angle, we have two figures, and it's like they're not fully aware of what's going on. The Hierophant is not... The Hierophant seems like it does not really, although it's an authoritative figure, it does not seem like it cares so much about the unfolding of your life. This card, the Six of Pentacles, is suggesting an imbalance. Now this can be seeking justice. These three cards can be seeking justice for an injustice that's happened between two people that are here and two people that are here. Now perhaps authority figures previously have taken advantage of you. Perhaps they have mistreated you and gone away with many things. This can possibly be one interpretation to this bottom. This might not necessarily mean that you're now going to a judge who is both impartial to parties, but also very interested and not impartial at all in regaining justice. A lot of people think the Justice card is someone who's objective and has no actual interest in how things turn about. They just deal out justice and that's how it goes. But I'm seeing from this character that this is a character who's very awake, who's listening, who's watchful, who's very authoritative, who's more authoritative than two other people, this person and this person. And this person is aware and they're very judgmental, but in the best possible way. And it's not that they're impartial to both parties. They're impartial to petty arguments. They're impartial to having their opinion being swayed negatively or being manipulated. But they're actually very interested in what goes on before them. So you may be seeking justice, you and another party. This can also be a divorce, I must say, with the Hierophant being in reverse. This can be seeking severance. It could be going to an HR department, or it could just be having an authority figure that trumps the other authority figures that you have been dealing with. Having them make a decision for you. This can be seeking justice. Now, in the case that you have been doing something that isn't correct, I suggest you try to be clear and honest about it. But if you're seeking justice, I do believe that this is a good combination. However, I don't think that once this justice is, once this figure has spoken, I don't think it will necessarily be an equal result that you expect it to be. I don't think it will be... I don't think it will be something that will be taken lightly. This figure looks angry to me. I don't normally perceive the Justice card as someone who is angry, but I do now. So you may have some angry. You may be feeling angry, or you may have to deal with an authority figure who might be intimidating for you. And the result may not be exactly what you expect it to be. It may not be perfectly equal in your perspective, but because justice is here, I think the result will be well thought out. And I think the result of this judicial process, whether it be something in your workplace, your school, your family, it will be something that is needed. Okay. So let's just put that message aside for a moment. That's actually more towards the end of the month. And this might be more of a feeling. This might also be you picking up this energy and you being justice and you you throwing away the people in your life who you've given power to before, who you've expected to do something, and instead you take this role upon you. This is very interesting. So let's go back up to the beginning. So we have the Fool. So you're ready to do something again. Now, what is it that you're ready to do? So here we just had some cards fall out. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card. Now the Major Arcana. And we have the Seven of Wands. So it seems that what you're ready to do is you're ready to come back from this death. You're ready to be reborn. To see things clearly. You're ready for a brand new start, Scorpio. And you're ready for it to be a balanced new start. You're ready to leave fighting behind as well. Let's get some more cards. I feel like that was supposed to come out. Let's clarify the Magician in reverse. So you're being called to have new energy, to have new vitality. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, this could be calling you to make sure you are thorough, make sure you're careful in going about this new start, putting 110% in. We have the Hanged Man. Now this is in reverse. So whatever clarity you needed, you gained it. Are you ready to start again? What about the Seven of Swords? Is this you? Is this someone else? The Seven of Swords is one of the most difficult cards to interpret. Because for me, I never want to assume that the actual person listening is doing something shady, although it's quite possible. So we have the Six of Pentacles. You see we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse over here. We have the Lovers in reverse to clarify this. And we have the Five of Cups to clarify the Seven of Swords. Now this may be someone trying to offer you something, offer you as well offer you bounce. You may be offering someone bounce, or what you may be doing is you may be very careful about someone. I think there's someone who you don't trust. Something, of course I don't want to alarm you, but something that I'm feeling very drawn to is the back of this person. So this might be a message to watch your back if someone is apparently offering you something, because it seems like there's nothing behind this person. This could mean that someone is trying to offer you something that doesn't actually have anything to offer you. I think you're going to be I think in August you may be very concerned about someone. Now this card, the Seven of Swords right here, it comes after the Magician in reverse. The Magician is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the Hanged Man. So with the Magician in reverse, it seems like it's almost like when you're born again, you can be confused. If you've ever watched something hatch, the confusion of new life is exhausting. And I think this is why the Magician is in reverse, because it's right after the Death card. It's with the Fool card. So you're going to be feeling like it's difficult to manifest things because you don't necessarily know what it is that you need to do to manifest something. You don't know what effort and work and deliberate, constant action you necessarily need to be putting in. You're not aware of the consequences of not doing so yet. The Hanged Man in reverse. You're slowly waking up. With the Hanged Man in reverse, this Death and Fool card as well, this is reminding me that we go through periods in our life where we're looking for guidance, and then we're receiving enlightenment. And that's when the Fool card is in the upright. and then the man is hanging down. I always interpret the hanged man as the period when you've already received this enlightenment. It's like you may have had some download in the middle of the night from the universe. You may have come to a sudden understanding. You may have been in a very meditative state, which has helped you get through whatever death needed to happen. But as soon as you come back to the real world, you have to wake up from that meditative state. And it's very much like waking up. It's a moment of confusion. It's a moment where the wisdom that we received during the night, the dreams and lessons we received during the night, are still in us, but we can't necessarily focus on them because we're beginning to wake up to reality. Once we've woken up, we again have to integrate both of these modes into us. This mode of our enlightenment and this mode of everything that happens during the day, which can be overwhelming. So it's like you have to have one eye turned inside and one eye turned outside, which is difficult to balance. But you need to be balanced. Now with the Five of Cups, if someone is not on the up and up, if someone is attempting to trick you or just not be 100% honest with you, you know, you're probably somewhat aware of it. They might be taking advantage of the state that you're kind of in, to be honest. This new motivated fool state can be a beautiful moment, but it can also be a very vulnerable time as well. So we have the Five of Cups, we have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Six of Coins, or the Six of Pentacles. So this person may be an ex-lover, maybe someone who is offering you love but actually isn't that motivated to be in a relationship or isn't going to be that honest with you. Regardless, this is a very important moment in your life. So let's find out what the Tower in reverse is telling us. Dear Scorpio, what is the Tower in reverse trying to tell us? Okay. We have 10 of Wands in reverse, and we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is a 10 and a 9. So you could be avoiding an ending. With this 9 of Cups in reverse, perhaps you're dissatisfied as well. So this Tower, I believe, is avoiding an ending. You may also feel like people are watching you this month. And people are wondering what you're going to do. They might be pressuring you this month. And it might be kind of this message of you're either with us or against us, which is never good company to surround yourself with. But you might be reevaluating those that you spend time with, whether or not they're all that you thought they would be. Okay, so one thing is for sure, is that this is a moment in which you are the Fool, and you're doing things new. You're kind of like a new person. To be that new person, you have to go through this transition previous to the Fool card, and once you have the Fool card, you have to go through another transition, which is the waking up process, which is a difficult process to go to. And on top of that, you have people around you who maybe you don't trust. And on top of that, you have anxiety, feeling like perhaps you have to please others, and you know you can't with this new person that you are. And you have the Tower in reverse. And even more so, you're dealing with authority figures. One who's keeping a very watchful eye on you. Let's clarify justice. It needs to be clarified. This character is staring me down. What does this mean for you? To me, this seems like a very exhausting month. Or it would be for me. Maybe perhaps you can definitely handle it. So we have the King of Wands. Be a fire sign. Can we get another clarifier, please? And we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So, justice is speaking to need for alignment. Five of Wands in reverse. Past fighting. Could be passive aggressive fighting. Emperor. Which to me mimics Justice's energy, this Emperor. So you could be dealing with a fire sign, perhaps an Aries. could be, the process of this judgment could be occurring because there were struggles, maybe not outwardly struggles, but there were struggles between people. There's fighting. I think maybe something that was like maybe more passive aggressive fighting. I mean, I think the majority of fighting that we have in this world is actually passive aggressive when it comes to the everyday life. But in this particular situation, I think maybe it was passive aggressive fighting, something at work maybe, something just in your life. And we have the Ten of Swords. It's interesting to me that once we go through a personal transformation, sometimes that's when someone else decides to really voice their opinion of you once you've changed. Because once we transform, that can mean that someone can become jealous, or it sort of exposes another person's inability to control you when you have the ability to change and move past them. To me, this Justice card is either from the fallout of your transformation, or it's something that was always there that is just now being brought to the surface. Now, how is this transformation going to make you feel? How is it going to make Scorpio feel? I have the Chariot. Even more Major Arcana. So it's going to make you feel empowered and ready to move. This is a judgment that's based on your outward mobility. This may spur you on. This may be a judgment that's, I think regardless if this is a judgment that is done in your favor or not in your favor, it's going to make you move forward either way, because if it doesn't become in your favor, you're going to be dissatisfied, you're going to be moving on. And if it does move in your favor, then you're going to be feeling empowered to move forward. So I did get the Six of Swords, just starting out, speaking of moving forward. It was in this position, however, not quite in the upside down, not quite upright. And I was just saying about moving forward and not moving forward. Either way, you're going to be feeling like you need to move forward. And I think this card in this position really means that it's not even going to really necessarily be up to you to move forward. You have no choice. It's tilted. The weight of this move is already tilted forward. You may already be feeling you need to move somewhere else in your job, work, your school, your friend group, with your romantic partner. How is this going to be making you feel at the beginning of September? Let's use a different deck. How is this going to be transitioning? This is one of the more intense readings I've ever done before. Especially with these authority figures here, this death, this rebirth, this dissatisfied person with the Seven of, okay. So I have the Page of Pentacles. So you will be feeling like you're ready to start something in terms with the material world, with your wealth and your careers, perhaps. Or just a material new beginning. How is this going to make Scorpio feel? How is this energy going to transform in the month of September? Cards are being kind of secretive, okay? Interesting. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. Two of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. All right. So with this Page of Pentacles, we have you ready to do something. You might be feeling like you don't want to put the work in. You might be feeling like you don't necessarily know how to go about it. You don't necessarily know the routines to now put forward, or you might be feeling somewhat not advanced in your situation. You are with wisdom. What you lack with experience in this new situation you're in, you make up for it for experience from the old situation you were in. Now you have the Two of Cups. This is a great card. This means you might be meeting someone, or someone may be offering you something. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm hoping that you're not avoiding an ending at this point. I'm hoping that this is healing, this Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse with the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. So to me it seems like you've got this compass now. You're somewhat in tune with your inner guidance. You have the High Priestess, you have the Queen of Swords. You have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This can be understanding the situation that just passed. You're unbelievably calm about it. If you can be the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords, it may be like whatever transpired with Justice is kind of a welcome relief. But regardless, by September, you're feeling in control in one way. You feel in control of yourself, of your personhood. In terms of this new sort of beginning in the material world, you still have a lot to learn with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. But you are still happy and enthusiastic about it with the Page of Pentacles in the upright. And then you have the Two of Cups. Is this new love for Scorpio? Could this be new love for Scorpio? This is the Eight of Pentacles. You might be working on this relationship. Maybe it's someone you'll meet at work. Or just a work-related understanding. You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That was supposed to come. Let's try using this deck. So it seems like August just has so much noise. There's so much going on. But because it's kind of like pivoted between this ending and this new beginning, those actions pivoted on the new beginning for you. It's almost like the death has kind of already passed in a way. You have Judgment. So yes, you are being called to do something. This can be going out on your own. You may meet someone new while you're doing this. Or just at least someone that you can trust, someone that you can work together with things or work on the relationship. Okay. So I believe that maybe there's drama in the past and you have finished with it, and now that you're finished with it, it's really starting to bubble to the surface. And then, however, but by the time September comes, you know, you're in a pretty good position. Because you have the High Priestess and you have the Queen of Swords. It's like you have internal guidance, even though you're not 100% sure how to go about things. You at least know that you're going in the right direction. It's perfectly okay to make mistakes along the way. And you're going to be possibly meeting people who kind of show you that you're in the right direction. Especially with this Judgment. Okay, well, I hope that helps for the month of August, and I guess we'll see you in the month of September. Have a great month, Scorpio.